Their guys will do battle with the Cleveland Browns.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for them.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Now for Nick Chubb. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
Mayfield off the play fake. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Third down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete.
Not the desired outcome, but probably won't be the last time we see him take a shot downfield.
Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
Formation for the Browns.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on fourth down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
2nd and 11 at the 41. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Prescott from the gun. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the point after.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You say, thank you very much for getting us to rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A first catch for the man leading the NFL in receiving yards in this first month. And a first down to boot. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Prescott, a quick throw caught by Cooper. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down, Elliott. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And a nice carry and a first down for Cleveland. A nice pickup there by Nick Chubb, who's a bright spot for this Cleveland offense. He finished 2nd in the league in rushing in 2019 with nearly 1,500 yards on the ground and got into the end zone 8 times. And how about this for durability? Has not missed a game in his NFL career. What a bounce back from a big time.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Number 13.
Odell Beckham. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns have cut it back within a score.
Lining up for
They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talking about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one, because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Their own 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Start defense. Our time. It's our time. Kill. 47. Gun.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Finding room at the 30. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Mayfield now from the 50. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Complete.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
15. And the Browns 1st down.
Mayfield now. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
And the Browns 1st down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line.
He was brought down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts
And it's
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead.
His kick is good.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
I'm coming after you. We go 46 and 47. Under.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Intercepted by the Browns. They'll take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
34-yard line.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a first and 10 at the 34. He'll throw from the gun. And Prescott, his third interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
That was a nice catch, and not by the guy you thought it was going to be. How about the defender turning into an offensive player as soon as the ball hits his hands, and off he goes, off to the races, and into the end zone.
Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Boys take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
They go to Elliott again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First carry for the second-year running back. It's Devin Singletary. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
10 more yards.
They go right back to Singletary.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On first and 10, Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
CeeDee Lamb was my favorite receiver in this year's draft, and it's still hard for me to believe that he lasted till the 17th pick of the first round. No one took him before that, and Dallas, surprisingly, finds him available, takes him, and you see why. Great hands, great route running. This guy is Mr. Excitement.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the Browns' 27-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Go, get out there, get out there. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take the wins home.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schultz. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll move the chains.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. This is Elliott. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
The coaches stress their defense being physical. They don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Prescott. The Browns D locked in on 3rd down. Brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And that gets him back within 10. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
17.
Mayfield on play action. And he rifles one incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 37-yard line.
Quit talking about it. 46. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check it.
Here's Prescott. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead. Look at the deficit. Trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and
They run it again with Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. A 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Greedy Williams picks it off. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. On the ground, it's Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. They go with Chubb on second down, and he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
DeMarcus Lawrence.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way the